internet. As always, here's my standard disclaimer. I am not your attorney without paid fees and a signed contract. This video is for educational purposes only and information. It is not legal advice. If you would like to schedule an intake call with my office, you can go to my website listed below. Click on the schedule conference link that is now everywhere. I am a divorce attorney. For those of you who've been following me, you may be wondering, why is she telling us this in her bio? The most common question I get asked from clients is, can I draft their wills and estate documents, medical directives, and power of attorneys? I have to explain that is not something that I do. Since it is a frequent question, I figured it was a good topic to discuss. Family law is a general part of the law that involves family. That means a family that's married, a family that lives together without being married, a family that has children, a family without children, a family that includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents, children, cousins. The list can go on and on. But the type of families that I work with are families that are either planning to get married or planning to be unmarried. That is the simplest way to explain how I define family law. On a technical level, the law that I have to keep up with here in Georgia is called Title 19. Title 19 is the group of laws that tells lawyers and judges how to manage cases where people are planning on being married or planning on being divorced. There are also laws in Title 19 about how to manage cases where people are not married and have children. So, to recap, I follow the laws of Title 19 of the official code of Georgia. There is a totally different section that explains how to prepare wills, medical, and financial directives. None of that is in Title 19. Title 19 contains the laws that were written and passed by our legislative body. So, what does it mean? The members of the Georgia Senate and the House of Representatives created the laws here in Georgia in Title 19. Sometimes, in a case, there may be a question about the laws in Title 19, and the Supreme Court of Georgia or Court of Appeals will review the case, look at the title, and clarify a question or issue. That is what lawyers mean when they refer to case law. So, we have the actual laws, which is the official code of Georgia, and then we have cases written by the courts about the laws, which is called case law. I've been practicing family law exclusively for 23 years. I have read the entirety of Title 19 from start to finish. I have read hundreds of cases. I stay updated on changes to the law in Title 19. For instance, there have been major updates recently in child support and parenting laws. I attend legal conferences to listen to experts and other attorneys discuss Title 19 and the recent cases. I do not do this with the title that deals with wills and estates. That is why it is important to make sure you have the correct attorney draft your wills and medical and financial documents. They study that part of the law. They attend the conferences learning about cases and changes in the law. In the early days of modern lawyers, one lawyer could do everything and actually do a good job helping the community, kind of like To Kill a Mockingbird. But as the laws have evolved, technology, and even families have evolved, it's impossible to have an all purpose law firm in modern times. The only exception to this rule may be where there are parts of the state where it's rural, there's limited attorneys. So there may be a few attorneys that have what's called a general practice to help the community. I think that lawyers embracing teleconferencing and other technology has helped people have access to the specific type of lawyers they need. But in general, if you are able to consult with the correct attorney for your specific legal needs, you are better off in the short and long term. I hope this explains what type of work I do. Also explain why it's important to make sure your lawyer understands the law for your specific legal issue. It is a weird world out there. Stay safe.